I'm back. There we go. Look at this. This got moved. Why is that so? I've used this before. Look at that. What is up? Like that? See, I can't get the error to go. Okay, well, that's fine. Hi, welcome back to the stream. Well, I just had a little mini... I just had a mini emergency. Not an emergency, but it was just a mini thing. Going to get boxes and stuff. And I've got some of the boxes I've got I've got bookshelves in my bedroom where I have most of my boxes. I've also got loads of closet space in my kitchen, and that's where I've got a load of other boxes and stuff. And so I was trying to get at the one particular box, and I figured I can reach this. I can get that because I had stuff on top of the fridge and stuff, and I can reach this. I can get, okay, open it up. Not new boxes. No, I don't have any new boxes. I haven't bought a new box in years. Years. So anyway, I keep the cat food in a plastic container up on top of the fridge, and I just knocked it over. And of course, the top popped off, and it all went all over the floor. So I just had to spend, yeah, I know, I'm a mope. But, well, anyway, the bottom line is, yeah, well, the bottom line is, I got to throw it out, right? Because, I mean, I have to sweep it up, and I have to sweep it up with my broom, and the broom, it's not free food now. But I can't sweep it up. I had to sweep it up with the broom, and I can't feed that to the cats, right? So I had to throw it out. But anyway, they've got food. They'll be fine till at least tomorrow. I mean, they probably, and I've got lots of wet food for them and everything. But the dry food and stuff, I would probably run out in maybe a couple days. But there's enough for them for tomorrow at least, but I'm going to be able to run across the street. And of course, tomorrow the stores are closed here in Canada. In most places anyway. But I'll have to go across the street and just grab some Whiskas or whatever. Just something just in case, just to tide them over, you know. Before I can get to go to the actual place. But it was just, I'm just reaching for a box, and all of a sudden I hear whack. It was a really loud pop as the top of the thing just popped off, right? It was almost like a gunshot. Actually, let me just check my... Oh, I got no emails. Okay. If the neighbors didn't hear that, they'll never hear anything. But anyway, it was just, I didn't have a lot of time. So I do have a box. I've got some movies, but I do have a box. I also have a cat. How did the cat react? They weren't around. But she's right here now. Because she knows it's time. Speaking of cat, there she is. There's no stopping her now. At least this way she jumps up and she doesn't carve me up with her nails. What are you doing? She's trying to find which is the best way for me to get petted. If I move I gotta move this up. Go on it. Go on the pillow. Go on the pillow, silly. Down here. This is a cat, and this is cat brain you're looking at here. YouTube subs +1? Really? Here, let's see that. +3, actually. Hooray. Thank you very much there, Longhorn Gamer. Thank you. Kitty, this is a varmint right here. What are you gonna do? You can't sleep there. Didn't know I had YouTube or would understand. I only just started it a few weeks ago there, Longhorn Gamer. I just started it less than a month ago, 3 weeks ago about. Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. I put it off for the longest time. I put it off for the longest time for a number of reasons, and we'll see if it's the right thing to do. I just have to be a little more because I'm multi-streaming. I have to be careful of certain things uh, on stream. Twitch is a little more lenient when it comes to some copyright stuff. Basically, YouTube isn't. So, but I don't usually have that much trouble. So far, so good. Kitty, you're full of hair. This was a fresh black shirt. It's not black anymore. It's full of hair. I gotta brush you again tomorrow. What are you doing? She's got this is my hand right here. See, look. What are you doing? I could pick you up now. What's really weird, like I say, is that when I'm watching movies, I can have her up my arms, but she doesn't like it when I'm not watching a movie. And I think it's because I'm talking. That's why she's got her butt in my face because she wants me to shut up. Kitty, such a mope. So anyway, what was I saying earlier? Oh yeah. So I was doing this thing with this mattress that I have. I have this mattress incline mattress thing that it's a mattress wedge that's the size of a queen size bed. So it's high at one side and really low on the other side. So I flipped it around a couple nights ago, thinking that it would help because I was getting some swelling in my leg, particularly my right leg. Some just probably water retention or whatever, stuff. So I thought maybe it'd be a good idea if I reversed it. And the first night I did it, it actually seemed all right. It seemed to be pretty good. But last night, I woke up this morning. Well, actually, I woke up in the middle of the night, and I was really congested, more than usual. I mean, I have allergies and stuff, right? So, but I was more congested than usual. And so it occurred to me that putting it upside down is probably not the best idea for me because I need to have I need to have my head up on a bit of an angle, a bit of a slant so that my sinuses will drain and whatnot. Because otherwise it's all right. So now I've flipped it back to normal where I have the high side up on my head and I'm just going to put a pillow under my feet so that I'll still be able to have my feet raised up. At least that's the plan anyway. And still doing the old compression sock thing. And it seems to be working all right. It's working much better. I think it's a good solution. We'll find out. I'll just keep experimenting, It's not like I don't have enough pillows. This cat hated my guts, man. This cat, like I say this all the time. She hissed at me at least once a day for 7 months. Yeah, Willow was the one. Hazel got used to me in a matter of a couple of weeks. Hazel came up to me like after about 2 weeks. And then she was always around. Willow, forget it. I'd put food out and Willow would hiss at me and then she'd go eat the food. But she'd hiss at me like crazy. At least once a day, usually twice. And then I finally there's a short on the YouTuber there. I finally got to pet her one day. And then it was then it was different. And then she got up on my lap one day and now she won't leave me to frig alone. Look at this. Is she asleep? She's sitting up or asleep. How can you sleep like this, kitty? This is impossible. Yeah, but the thing is, she's sitting up, more or less. She's sitting up and she's got her head plowed into my hand. So what are you going to do? This can't be comfortable, kitty. Willow's called it off, yep. What are you doing? I don't know what to do. She's done. Okay, now you can get up and go. Go somewhere else. Look, she gets attitude too. You're so full of spunk. I don't know what to do with her. True enough, suspicious Aloysius. True enough. Kitty, how am I going to do this box height thing? If you're there, you're done, aren't you? Boogity, boogity, woogity, woogity, woogity. She is. Her sister's nice too. And again, this one's not a chonker. She's a relatively normal sized cat. Relatively. Kind of. Kitty, you gonna go? You should go. Yeah, you should go, eh? What do you think? Don't get comfortable. She's looking at me like, yep. What are you going to do now? Well, we got ads coming up here anyway. I'm gonna run the ads. So I can yawn. No, I'm gonna run the ads so that we can get back into the thing, you know, doing all the stuff. Kitty. Crazy chunk of cat. What can I do? Okay, I'm going to run the ads. I'll run the ads, and then after the ads, we'll do the old box hype, movie hype thing. Even though I only got one box. But that's okay. It's a good box. You'll like it. Okay? Ads. Padunk. YouTube don't have ads. Not yet. No YouTube ads yet. Kitty. She's got my shirt so covered in hair, it's not even funny. Uh, what? Oh yeah, Nathan, I was going to do it last night, but I'll upload the or wait a minute. Did I get the GOG? Did I do that already? Am I just a mope? I'm a bit of a mope. Just a second here. Let me check them. Hey, get out of there. Shut up. Oh, this is the painkiller one. Yeah. Okay, I should download that. I'll have to upload it to YouTube. I forgot to do it yesterday. Wonder if I can download. I could download it now while I'm streaming. That's not going to cause any issues. It'll be fine. I got lots of bandwidth. I'm downloading. All right. Kitty, what are you doing over there now? This cat wants to sleep. No, Willow won't care. She will when I reach over to try and pick up the box that I wanted to show you. And it's a tricky box to open. The cat's going to be a little bit disturbed. And you're pushing the pillow out of the way again. You're pushing the pillow out of the way. Jeez. The ad break is finishing. I got to do the thing now. Can I do the thing? And I got a burp too. Okay, I got a box and I got some movies. I'll show you the box and the movies. And then we'll continue with more of Eradicator. Can I pick it up? You're pushing it out of the way. There you go. I knew you would do it. Yeah, get down. You can get down now. Go, get down. Get down. You can do it. Get. You know you want to. Go. Goodbye. Get. See? I'm trying. There's Harlan Ellison's I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream from Cyber Dreams. It comes with a 3D mouse pad. That's the 3D mouse pad. It's okay. It's not the most 3D thing you've ever seen, but it's okay. The classic game based on the classic short story, one of the greatest short stories ever written. And it is real. Assume the roles of 5 different characters, each in a unique environment. Challenging dilemmas dealing with powerfully charged emotional issues. Provocative psychological and adult-oriented themes based on Harlan Ellison's short story, I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. One of the 10 most reprinted stories in the English language. Fully digitized speech with over 40 different characters and state-of-the-art animation. Harlan Ellison as the voice of the insane master computer Am. 5 damned souls buried deep within the center of the earth, trapped in the bowels of an insane computer for the past 109 years. Garrister, the suicidal loner, Benny, the mutilated brute, Ellen, the hysterical phobic, and Nimdoc, the secretive sadist, Ted, the cynical paranoid. One challenge: the adventure plunges you into the tortured and hidden past of the 5 humans. Delve into their darkest secrets, their darkest fears. Outwit the master computer Am in a game of psychological warfare. Disturbing, compelling, and an adventure you won't easily forget. It's quite an amazing thing. Yep, digitized speech-a-rooney. And a kitty cat who's bumping around on bumping me. This is the box, see? The cat doesn't care. Now, this is a tricky box to open. It is a great box. I got to be careful of it, though, because I'm going to tear it up. You notice here, see that little tear there? It's a very cool box. But it is a bit of a pain in the ass, because you do have to open it and pull out the center part to get at any of the stuff you need to get at. See, it's a wacky box, right? Indy, good morning. So, and I don't want to tear the box up. See? I can get this out. Indy just resublicated with a 35 months. Such a classic. Own it. Never played it. You should play it. There we go. Yeah, get down. Goodbye. Thank you. See, the box is a pain in the ass because you got to open it up to get at the stuff that's inside of it. There we go. All right. So first you got your CD. I Have No Scream and I Must Mouth. And there is the CD itself, as you can see. And this is nothing. But here is the cardboard instruction manual with the table of contents, the technical requirements, and all of the stuff. All in this little cardboard book. Gives you the introduction to the game. It is a certified classic, absolutely. Playing the adventure, starting out, the hate pillar. It's a very dark game, too. All the different commands, there's the warranty and stuff in here. So there's no registration card, but they have an address if you want to, register the game there like that. There. Definitely not for the faint of heart. Nope. And also here is that. Here's that lenticular mouse pad, which, as you see, it's slightly. It doesn't really, like, even in person, it looks a little more three-dimensional. I've got other lenticular stuff that comes off really well on screen. This one doesn't quite, but it's okay. Yeah, it's awesome box art. Oh, yeah. So anyway, let me... now I got to try and put the box back together. So tricky. See, and it's torn down on the bottom there too now, see? This is the struggle of having boxes like this. But that worked out good. Okay. And then I got to get this inside. which is easy enough. Come on. Yay, I did it. There you go. Ta-da. Now, and in addition, I also have this, which is the Prima Secrets of the Game strategy guide for the game, which gives you all of the secrets and everything. So you could never get stuck. And it also has the short story included in this manual as well. This is the actual short story, and again, it's not like everybody thinks of this. They think it's a novel. It's not. It's a short story. It's only so long. It's easy enough to read through. But that's the short story there. You can read that at your leisure. And it's got a foreword. It's also got an interview in the back with Harlan Ellison, which is actually quite interesting. He's a peculiar fellow. A very peculiar fellow. But there is one thing I did want to... I read this every time that I... Yeah, I read this every time that I pull this out, just because it's kind of interesting. And this is a preface to the thing, and it's written by Harlan Ellison. And so here we go. Apologia for Temptation. He says, I've looked everywhere, but I can't find it. I'll be damned if I can find it. Makes me extremely embarrassed not to be able to find it. Reminds me of that wonderful line from Oscar Wilde's 1895 drawing room comedy, The Importance of Being Earnest, in which Mr. Ernest Worthing announces to a salon of the titled, cynical, and elite that he is an orphan, and someone replies, to lose one's parent, Mr. Worthing, may be regarded as a misfortune. To lose both looks like carelessness. Well, both my parents are dead as well, but what I seem to have lost is something that pertains to this introductory essay, not to the condition of mom and populousness. What I seem unable to lay my hands upon is the exact quotation and source I had intended to use to suck you into my computer game, I have no mouth and I must scream. So I'll simply have to rough it, make do with some good recollection, and hope for the best. So the quotation was something pretty close to this. It says, you may engage in a specific perversion once, and it can be chalked up to curiosity, but if you do it again, it must be presumed that you are a pervert. And I think it was Oscar Wilde who said it. Same guy who wrote what was said to Mr. Worthing about his folks. Wilde was a hell of a guy. Jerry Falwell and Rush Limbaugh and Jesse Helms would certainly try to have him lynched, were clever Oscar alive today. Luckily for him, he died close to 100 years ago. What all this has to do with I have no mouth and I must scream is the explanation to the question frequently asked of me, which is this. So, since it is common knowledge that you don't even own a computer on which you could play an electronic game this complex, since it is common knowledge that you hate computers and frequently revile those who spend their nights logged onto computer bulletin boards, thereby filling the air with pointless gibberish, dumb questions that could have been answered had they rather bothered to read a book of modern history or even this morning's newspaper, and mean-spirited gossip that needs endless hours the following day to be cleaned up, and since it is common knowledge that not only do you type your books and columns and TV and film scripts on a manual typewriter, not even an electric, but an actual finger-driven manual, but that the closest you've ever come to playing an actual computer or video game is 3 hours you wasted playing Jurassic Park during a Virgin Airlines flight back to the States from the UK, where the hell do you get off creating a high-tech, cutting-edge enigma like this I have no mouth thing? To which my usual response would be, yo mama. But I've been asked to attempt politeness to write a few words that will enable the publisher to sell this clue book with a greater ease, so I will vouchsafe courtesy and venture the tiny explanation of what the fuck I'm doing here. With all you weird gazoonies, take your feet off the table. So, he says, well, it goes back to that Oscar Wilde quote about perversion. They came to me in the dead of the night. Human toads in silk suits from this giant megalopolitan organization called Cyber Dreams. And they offered me vast sums of money, all of it in pennies with strings attached to each coin so they could yank them back in a moment, like someone trying to outsmart a soft drink machine with a slug on a wire. And they said, in their whispery, croaky demon voices, let us make you a vast fortune. Just sell us the right to use your name and the name of your most famous story, and we will make you wealthy beyond the dreams of mere mortals or even Aaron Spelling, our toad brother in riches. Well, as I said moments ago, I once worked for Aaron Spelling on Burke's Law, and that had about as much appeal to me as spending an evening discussing the relative merits of butcher knives with O.J. Simpson. So I told the toads that money was something that I had no trouble making, and that money is what they give you when you do your job well, and that I never do anything if it's only for the money, because money ain't no thing. Well, for the third time, they then proceeded to do the dance and sing the song and hump the drums, and finally got down to the funny ramdula that can snare me. They said, well, you've never done this sort of thing. Maybe it is that you can't do this thing. Maybe it's a fact of trueness that you're not capable of doing this here now thing. He says, never tell me not to get a tall ladder and climb it and open the tippy-top most kitchen cabinet in my mommy's larder and reach around back there at the rear of the topmost shelf in the dark with the cobwebs and the spider gahoolies and pull out that mason jar full of hard, nasty, petrified chickpeas and strain and sweat to get the top off of the jar till I get it open and take several of those chickpeas and shove them up my nose. Never tell me that, because as sure as birds got to swim and fish got to fly, when you come back home, you'll find me lying stretched out, blue as a Duke Ellington sonata, dead cold with beans or peas or lentils up my snout. Or, as Oscar Wilde put it, I couldn't help it. I can resist everything except temptation. And there it is. I wish it was darker and more ominous than that, but the scalding, dopey truth is I wanted to see if I could do it. Create a computer game better than anyone else had created a computer game. I'd never done it, and I was desirous of testing my mettle. It's a great flaw with me, my only flaw, as those who've known me longest will casually attest, and I know where they live. Whether or not I did it, create the greatest computer game in the universe is unlikely. I ain't that smart. But I had a couple of terrific game designers working with me, and they took very much to heart the things that mattered most to me when I conceived the game. And those secret desires were as follows. It's not too much longer. I'm just going to... Number one, I did not want to build yet another stupid shoot-'em-up arcade monstrosity to aid and abet the popular culture activity of keeping people stupid and distracted from important matters of life and thought. Wilde wrote, there is no sin except stupidity, not for $1,000,000. That's one. Number two, it was urgently important for me to devise a game that would stress ethics and courage and kindness as the best tools of intellect to win the game. The nobler you behaved, the better you would do. The meaner and shittier you were, the faster you would crash and burn, emotionally speaking. Number three, I wanted a game you couldn't win. Because there was a no-win ending to my original story, which is being reprinted in its entirety here, and I urge you to read it before you start to play, or you've played the game and come up short, and you can read it as a sort of a psychological primer to get your wretched soul in line. But they talked me out of that. They said you would seek me out and hurt me if I made it impossible to win. So yes, there is a salutary solution to this game, but I'm pouting. What is it with you gazoonies? Why do you always have to be so goddamn goal-oriented? Isn't the journey enough of an adventure for you? Geez, I'd hate to see what your karma looks like. And he said, number four, I wanted a venue, a site of action, a playing field on which human emotions and human strengths and frailties would matter, not just a terrain where the adroitness of your trigger finger was the only lone survival imperative. And I wanted it to be cool. Know what I mean? Well, I have no idea, and I must know, if I did it, pull it off at least entertainingly. If the game confounds and upsets you because there is stuff on every track that is meant to upset you, not with aliens popping out of your chest, but with an awareness, say, of the horrors of the Holocaust or the ongoing personal torments of rape, or the ways in which we let our past dictate our future, then I'll sleep warm and cozy with my thumb in my mouth tonight. And if Mr. Odom's clue book helps you, that's okay too. Don't feel like a wuss if you need to get some help from this nifty crutch. Because in truth, folks, even with a dozen books like this, I couldn't play my own game for 10 minutes without going stark raving fruit bat nuts. I gave in to temptation and thunk it up, but if truth were told, if I were washed up on a desert island and really with a really long extension cord that enabled me to spend my time playing a computer game, as opposed to reading the complete works of William Golding or Franz Kafka, I would sooner engage my time by learning to worship the feral god of the coconuts. So, hoping you are the same, I send you now to the Clue Master and the infinite joys I have. The infinite joys of I have no mouth and I must scream. A sort of an aphorism for the lives some of you actually lead. Charmingly, Harlan Ellison, October 11th, 1995. So there you go. Anyway, I could have read the story, but no. But anyway, that's his little intro to the thing. Thank you. Harlan Ellison was a completely bizarre individual, incredibly articulate, intelligent, and also a bit of a jerk. He was all of that, all of the above. But hey. We're terminally online. We're cooked. Yeah, there's nothing we can do about it now. Actually, nowadays he probably would be too. You know, he would be on the internet. He's on YouTube. I mean, you can see interviews with him on YouTube and stuff. Anyway, I do have some movies here. Excuse me as I burp. I got a couple of them here, so I can make up the difference. Oh. You've been looking at my crotch the whole time. Sorry. There. This is a movie I like talking about because I love this movie. The Caine Mutiny, which is just a remarkable movie, which has, in my humble opinion, the greatest performance of Humphrey Bogart's career, bar none. Yep. Everyone else in this is really good too. The main character in this movie is probably the weakest part of the movie, but he's actually pretty good. But he's not. But the rest of the guys. Oh no! As far as movies go, Coyote. As far as actual movies go, I would, if I had to rank them, I would rate Casablanca above this because Casablanca is just an outright classic. But it's not his best performance because this is. You know, by far. No, and he's really good though. Like it's not like in Casablanca. It's not like he's not good. He is. He's absolutely he's a stellar actor. And this is the thing. A lot of people think of Humphrey Bogart and they think of him more as a movie star kind of guy, and he's just this tough guy. You know, he's a phenomenal. Are my eyes really brown? And also. That movie has a brilliant screenplay, too. This also has Van Johnson, Jose Ferrer, Fred McMurray. And basically, it's a story. It takes place in the United States Navy, and Humphrey Bogart plays the new commander on this vessel, who gradually the crew of the place and the people who are second in command and part of his officers start to realize that this guy, this Humphrey Bogart character, is a little bit out of it. That he doesn't quite fully have his faculties. So hence the Caine Mutiny. And it comes down to a court case later on when they basically take over the ship, and then they're all brought in and court-martialed for this mutiny and whatnot. It's a phenomenal film, and I always mention, of course, there's a scene in this, the courtroom scene in this, the one that involves Humphrey Bogart, is, in my humble opinion, one of the greatest performances of an actor on film, because he's responsible for the for the content, the emotional content and power of what he does in that scene. There's a transition that happens. And I'm not giving anything away here, right? You know, the guy is definitely got some problems. And there's a scene in the courtroom where it becomes aware to everyone concerned that he does. And it all comes out in this one scene towards the end of the movie. And it's to this day, it's just amazing how it works. And it's all due to his amazing performance. He's really good in the rest of the movie too. It's not just that. Yeah, exactly. Now, mind you, I mean, there are other different roles that he's done in his career. I mean, look at Treasure Sierra Madre, for example. I mean, he's really good in that too, and that's one where he's being taken over by greed and he's turning into this rotten bastard. Whereas this one is just to somebody who is unaware of his mental breakdown and how he's losing it. But the way that he portrays it is absolutely stellar, and to this day, it's just a riveting performance. But everyone else is good in it too. So, but it's well worth watching. I haven't watched this in a while. I should watch this. And I just knocked over my mouse, but that's okay. As long as I'm still here, we're still alive. We're still live, not alive. I would like to see a 4K version of this film that I have in my hands, and I've shown this on numerous occasions. And I say with this particular film that I've got here, if you can watch this movie and not be moved by it, I've said this before. If you can watch this movie and not be moved by it, I don't know if I'd even want to know you, to be honest. The Elephant Man is just such an astonishing, amazing film. Directed by David Lynch, done with Mel Brooks' studios. It was Brooks Films. Mel Brooks was the guy behind it. Mel Brooks was the guy who decided to hire David Lynch in the first place to direct this movie. He got the story of it. Everyone thinks of Mel Brooks as just comedic genius and all these comedies that he's done, you know, Blazing Saddles and Spaceballs and all of the, you know, the producers, all of that stuff. But he was also responsible for this. Hey there, Max Dean. He's also responsible for this film. And he does everything in this, from the script. The Fly was a Brooks Films production. Yep. He knew what he was doing. He hired all the right people. I mean, he was the producer of this film. He was one of the producers of this film. But even David Lynch expressed his gratitude to Mel Brooks for giving him the opportunity to do this film, because this movie is the one that made him big in Hollywood. Before he did Eraserhead, that was the only movie that he had done. And that was the movie that got Mel Brooks interested in the idea of having him direct this, which was just a brilliant decision. Because this is not stereotypically a David Lynch film, but he elevates it into what it is, you know, and he was given pretty much a free rein to do what he wanted. He wanted to do the film in black and white. Mel agreed. It was Lynch's idea to do it in black and white, but and Brooks thought about it for a second, and yeah, you know, and it works perfectly. Anthony Hopkins, brilliant. John Hurt, you don't even see John Hurt. This is one of his best performances, period. Absolutely astonishing. John Gielgud, who's also really good in this. There are scenes in this movie that are so devastating. And again, I'm sure most people are aware of this. This is the story of John Merrick. It is somewhat Hollywoodified, but in essence, it's true. It's a true story. of this man who basically grew up in circus sideshows and was discovered by this doctor in this and brought to this hospital where he lived out the rest of his life, uh, who had an affliction that I believe is called elephantosis, which basically he had massive tumors all over his back and his head, so that his he was totally misformed. This was but I'm wondering now. I'm wondering now if when that was. I think it came out. I think you're right, and it did come out before. But he wasn't. I don't think. I don't think he. David Lynch was even thinking about it. I don't think he was even thinking about Young Frankenstein or not, or anything like that. I think he just thought it would be a good idea. Elephant. Yeah, there you go. 1980. Yeah, I thought it was the mid 70s. I thought so. But anyway, this movie is just so devastating. It's emotionally powerful. There are scenes in this that still tear me up, just watching it now. And the other amazing thing about this movie for me is that as bleak as it can be, I also find this movie to be incredibly uplifting. It's it's a depiction to me of no matter how bad things are for you. Look at this guy and what he overcomes in this movie. It's astonishing, and just the way that the movie's presented, the way it's directed, the way it's shot, the script, the acting, everything about this movie is just stellar. It's just one of my favorite movies of the '80s, and I don't think there are very few movies that have moved me like this one has. I remember seeing it in the theaters, and I would never, I don't know. I have to watch this movie every now and then just because it's so spectacular. And John Hurt is unrecognizable, but his performance is so immaculate, even without the actual. There's a nice picture of the side view of him. I think there's a photo in here. There's a great interview. This is the Criterion Collection edition, by the way. There's a great interview here with that's part of a book on Lynch, where he talks about the making of this film. Let's see if there's a good photo of him in here. Oh yeah, there's a picture. There's a picture of him of John Hurt in makeup. But it's a beautiful, beautiful film. Anyway, an ad break's going to start soon, and then we're going to get back to the game. We got to blow up stuff and figure out how to get that door open. Zippity doo dah. Holy low. I'd run the ads, but I can't. There we go. The ads are running now. See? Someone decided to unsub. That's the weird thing with YouTube. Someone subs and then screw it. I could have 150 subscribers tomorrow. Yeah, they are. They change all the time, eh? As long as it's a steady increase, you know. Holy, holy, holy moly. Yeah, well. Did I turn this off? I'm just checking my email thing again. I'm surprised. I thought he would show up tonight. Maybe tomorrow. I'm sure he's probably working tomorrow too because it's everything's closed. Nutting. I can't. They're not open now, so I think it's over. The ads are done. Okay, let's go back. Let's start murdering things.